Welcome back, terrestrials, to another episode of We Made Rob Zombie Cry. In this episode, we're doing top 5 Steven Spielberg directed movies. Now, that narrows down the catalog a lot,
Yeah, it does.
especially to me. Um, we probably should have just done what ones does he have his name attached to, because that
Spielberg
would have
presents.
that would have opened up the catalog a lot more, but we're doing directing, so directed by.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and kick it off. Jerry, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is The Duel, his first movie. Simple movie. Guy trying to get away from a big truck. Road rage. Simple. It's a great movie. I try to watch it around Halloween time anyway. It's a good scary movie. Suspenseful, and it's basically starting to show, hey, this guy can tell a really good story by just what's on the screen. That's what I feel Spielberg is. Tell a story on the screen, not with a bunch of dialogue, not with a bunch of this, that. It's the pictures it's the moving pictures on the screen. So number 5, The Duel. What you got?
Cool. Never seen it. Came completely unprepared for this. Okay. So my number 5.
Of it. Yeah, I got the VHS of it.
I've never seen it. My number 5 is Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Nice.
I had never seen Indiana Jones movies, and Jerry found that out, and he said, you need to watch them. And so I went and I watched all 4 of them, and I came back.
No. You stop after 3. There is no 4th movie.
Right. Well, nobody told me that. So I watched all 4, and I was like, I didn't hate number 4. And he was like, all right, well, get out of my house. But anyways, yeah. So Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's a fun story. And it's Indiana Jones, it's Harrison Ford. We know that this character is an awesome character.
Yes.
But I also like this movie because of an episode of The Big Bang Theory that I saw where all those guys are nerds and they love these movies, and one of them shows it to his girlfriend, and his girlfriend goes, that Indiana Jones has no bearing on the outcome of this movie. And they're all like, what? And he's like, if Indiana Jones wasn't in this movie, the ending would have been the same. And then you think about it and you're like, son of a bitch. That's right. That's very true. He has no weight in this movie whatsoever. He's just pure entertainment.
Yep.
Like,
once more, The Big Bang Theory just ruining lives for everybody.
Didn't ruin the movie, didn't ruin my life. I love the show. No. But anyway, so that's my number 5.
Number 5.
What's your number 4, Jerry?
My number 4 is Jurassic Park. Probably the only good Jurassic Park. I'm not a fan of the movies that are coming out now. I kind of like number 2 a little bit. Number 3 was crap, but the first Jurassic Park is amazing. It is. They really captured dinosaurs on that screen, and just like I said on The Duelist, you tell everything that you need to tell on the screen. I know that the T-Rex is bad because of what they showed me. I know that the velociraptors are scary creatures because of what you showed me. And that's what Jurassic Park, the first original only, it gets right. So number 4, Jurassic Park.
Okay. All right. My number 4 is Catch Me If You Can. This is based on a true story, lightly. I'm sure they took liberties, as Hollywood loves to do. Yeah. But it's Leonardo DiCaprio. Dude, I've been saying Leonardo DiCaprio
for so
for
much. Yeah.
25 years. And it, like, I've been trying to break it because he's been doing good movies, and I almost said it again.
Yeah.
It's Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks, and those two together playing against each other, playing, one's playing playfully, one's trying to actually pursue and catch him.
Yes.
It's just a fun movie, and
Yeah.
I had never seen it, and I thought, like, one rainy day I was like, it's Tom Hanks, I'll watch it. And it turns out it's a really fun movie. It's a
Yeah.
good movie. It's a lot of, like, you know catch me if you can type situations, and it's hilarious to see how the guy got out of all these situations and evaded capture.
No.
Sometimes it's silly, sometimes it's more thought provoking, but
Hmm.
yeah. So
Yeah,
my
that's
number
that.
four.
That is one that I have not seen.
Okay. All right. All right.
I know what it's about, but
Right.
yeah, that was at the time where it was still Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah, yeah.
because of that fucking boat movie.
Mhm.
Because of the boat movie and shit. I ain't watching that,
What boat movie? Oh, Titanic.
the only boat movie.
Well, he had a boat in Wolf of Wall Street, so
Yeah, but that was a nice boat.
yeah, yeah, that was a
It
nice
still
boat.
sunk though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number three. Number three, I went with Lincoln. Saw
Interesting.
this. It's a Spielberg, yeah, but it's a fucking Daniel Day-Lewis movie, if anything, and it's amazing. Daniel does a great job. Tommy Lee Jones does a great job in that movie.
Mhm.
And it really shows like it's a good portrayal of the White House at the time. You always like see these like noble standing Lincoln movies from the 50s and the
Mhm.
80s and stuff where, but no, it was rough and cruddy there. I mean, we were at war at the time,
Mhm.
I mean, it's not like the White House had white walls in it and shit. They were fucking wood, and
Mhm.
I think he does a great job of in that movie Lincoln, Daniel. And I think it's more, I'm gonna say it, the pictures on the screen tell you everything you need to know. But the acting in it, superb. So
Mm.
number three, Lincoln.
Yeah. The only thing that I know about that movie is that Daniel Day-Lewis would not break character,
Hmm?
even off set.
Yeah.
Like, they had to go to his trailer and be like, "Mr. President, we need you on set."
Yeah.
And everybody loves Daniel Day-Lewis. So
Yeah, well, Daniel's explained that. I think the idea is that he's afraid when he he's in character of losing that, and then coming in, and especially because a lot of his characters have like the American accent,
mhm.
and you accidentally put a British tone
Mhm.
on, or he's Irish, I think. British or Irish, I can't remember which, but you put that tone on one word and the scene's fucked. And
Mhm.
so yeah, I mean, I know he did it for Last of the Mohicans too.
Yeah.
So, but
Um, all right. So my number three is everybody's childhood favorite, Extraterrestrial. Um, it. I mean, it's fucking ET, guys.
CT.
It's adorable. It's cute. It's hilarious. It's ET. Like, what do you
Yes.
want me to say? It's ET. So that's my number three.
Yeah, I mean, what can we say
Like,
about
yeah, I
ET?
mean,
It's a
yeah.
good movie. It's,
And
have you
if you
seen
haven't seen it, go fuck yourself.
have you seen the edit where they put walkie-talkies instead of guns?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, where they're like at the cross block
Mhm.
to stop the kids from riding the bike and stuff, and they digitally took out the handguns and put walkie-talkies in their hands and shit.
No, haven't seen that. Mine's
Yeah,
on VHS. That shit
yeah,
ain't on
but
there.
yeah. I mean, ET, yeah, what can you say? Captivated a generation. So, Number
Yeah,
two.
yeah, for
All right,
real.
all right. My number
All right,
two
yeah.
is probably one of the best movies of the 90s. It's Hook. Yeah. Uh watch Hook and watch Robin Williams' portrayal of Peter Banning and Peter Pan.
Hmm.
It's crazy how well he can separate two characters. He's playing two characters in the movie, you
Hmm.
know. And Spielberg had a really like like unique idea for the Neverland,
Hmm.
and it really was captivating. I think they, you know, the story they created was really great, and yeah, I don't know any kid in the 90s who didn't like Hook, you know.
Hmm.
So
Rufio, Rufio,
fucking hate Rufio. Fuck
Rufio.
that motherfucker.
Um,
I'm the only one who claps when he dies. Fuck that
I
mother.
remember as a kid, I had that toy sword that went
Yeah,
shing,
yeah. At the toys.
yeah, I love Hook very, very much.
Yeah.
And I love Robin Williams. But yeah, that one didn't make my list. And no regrets. So
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much you can say. I mean, Robin Williams makes that
well,
movie, great. All right, Jacob, what is your number two?
my number two is Jaws. Um, I love Jaws, obviously. Jaws poster right there. Um, Again, it's another one of those nostalgic movies that I saw as a kid and just stuck with me. Is the reason nobody wanted to go into the water, is the reason people thought it was okay to hunt sharks, which is bad. Don't do that. But it's an iconic movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody, I don't think anybody in the world can say that they don't know about the movie Jaws.
Yeah.
Whether they've seen it or not, I don't know. But everybody will be like, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, the scar sharing scene, you're gonna need a bigger boat. I mean, there is no point in this movie where you're like, come on, let's go, come on. The movie shows the shark in the last like 45 minutes of this movie, and at no point was I like, I'm dying to see the shark. Like, the whole movie is entertaining
Mm-hmm.
from beginning to end. So I love it. Um, it's my number two.
Number two.
Mhm.
Very nice. Very good. Number one. Or do you
Mhm.
have any honorable mentions that you want to mention other than like Hook?
Nah,
My number one is Jaws.
yeah, it is.
All right. You have a horror movie.
Mhm.
You have a summer blockbuster movie,
Mhm.
like a proper summer blockbuster
Right.
movie. And also, I will say that there are a few movies that were made in the 70s that are untouchables.
Mhm.
Okay. Even though some people have fucking touched them,
Mhm.
there are some that are untouchable.
Mhm.
I will say that the Halloween movie is an untouchable.
Mhm.
I will say that
They've
the tech,
molested the shit out of that one.
yeah, fucking the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is also a very untouchable.
Mhm.
I will say Alien is untouchable.
Mhm.
The Exorcist is untouchable. Jaws is definitely one of those movies that are just untouchable. You shouldn't touch it. It's perfect.
Mhm.
Don't touch it. You
Mhm.
know. Um, but this movie, it just it takes you for a ride. You're seeing this thing. You know it's a shark. They keep saying it's a shark.
Mhm.
We don't see the shark. We see little bits pieces of the shark.
Mhm.
But it just builds up for that one moment where he's throwing the chum and he says, "Why don't you come down here and
Yeah. Yeah.
scoop this shit?" And
Yeah.
that big ass fucking shark just pops up and he's got that cigarette hanging out of his mouth
Yeah.
and he's like he's got dry mouth and
Mhm.
he's just like We need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
He should have looked up and been like, do we need one or do you need one? But yeah, there's just that. And everybody in the world goes to the ocean
Mhm.
and they're sitting there in water,
Mhm.
even when it's ankle deep,
Mhm.
and they're going bum bum. You know, that
Mhm.
soundtrack just clicks in.
Yeah.
You're in the
Oh yeah.
fucking bathtub.
Yeah.
Bum bum. You know, like just that simple, you know, Spielberg touch, you
Mhm.
know, that makes, you know, yes, we're in a horrifying situation and this is actually kind of really fucking scary.
Yeah.
But Spielberg puts that touch of like, don't worry, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
Papa
Steven
Spielberg.
Spielberg. Yeah, I'm
I'm
Steven
Papa
Spielberg.
Spielberg. You
I'm,
come sit on my lap and stuff.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what Spielberg does. And Jaws will always be one of the greatest out there. Um,
And I think that it's proven its worth by the fact that they keep making shark movies and some are decent, like Deep Blue Seas, decent shark movie, but then they do things like The Meg and people are like, no,
no,
Jaws,
no,
go away. We want Jaws.
yeah.
And it's still shown on drive-in theaters, anniversaries, it's put back in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
It and not only is the movie so good, it ignited like it Shark Week. I
Yeah.
mean, the study of sharks, kids were in wonderment of sharks after this movie. There had never been anything that had shown a shark like that. So, there's millions and millions of people that are in love with sharks or the idea of sharks because of this movie.
And I think that's what Spielberg does a lot. You know, Close Encounters of the Third Kind comes out, and people are talking about aliens.
Hmm.
Jaws comes out, they're talking about sharks. Jurassic
Right.
Park comes out, they're talking about dinosaurs.
Hmm.
You know, and I think that's really what, like, I mean, or Saving Private Ryan. Everybody starts talking about World War II all of a
Hmm.
sudden, you know. Um, I think there are those moments in movies and that really captivate the viewing audience
Hmm.
to go and, kind of be like, yeah, that's my thing. That's my
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
And that's another Spielberg trope.
Hmm.
So, but all right, Jacob, what is your number one?
Well, there's only one movie it could be.
Yep.
Jurassic Park. Uh I mean, I saw this in theaters when I was really, really young,
Mm-hmm.
and I, dude, I thought it was real.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the craziest documentary I've ever seen. Like, this camera guy is so lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Look at Jeff Goldblum's pecs.
right, yeah. Um, you know, that reignited Jeff Goldblum's career. Um,
Yeah.
pretty much single-handedly. Like it was The Fly, Jurassic Park, and then all the other Jurassic Parks that he was in. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so the movie is amazing. I mean, what a concept, I
Yeah.
know it came from the book, but still, what a
Michael
concept,
Crichton. Yeah.
right? The envision of it, like the book to screen translation is just incredible.
Yeah.
um there's nothing about I don't have a complaint in this movie. There's no point in the movie where I'm like, well, that didn't, or
Mm.
well,
Yeah.
every time I see it, I'm just like, it's still perfect. It's still a perfect movie. There's a reason people drive around in those Jurassic Park Jeeps.
Yep.
Like I see there's a couple of them in Fredericksburg. Uh, you know, it's such a damn good movie. And again, like you said, it just, when he makes a movie, that's what people are about.
Yep.
I didn't know about dinosaurs before Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And once Jurassic Park came out, I was like, holy shit, dinosaurs. Let's talk about it.
And it's a
So
simple story. It's
it
not
really
like the
is. Yeah.
Jurassic Parks now where they have to create these like things about
Mhm.
locusts and these
Yeah.
things about like there's a
He watched my review.
yeah. There's this mansion and they're
Mhm.
auctioning off dinosaurs
Mhm.
and like it's good, but
Mhm.
it doesn't need the like
Right.
just leave it alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch the
Yeah.
fucking like
Yeah.
we're making another Jurassic Park movie.
Mhm.
Why? Watch the original. I mean, I swear, instead of making new Jurassic Parks or new movies like that, just put the original one out and see if people will start going to the theater more often. Like shit, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jurassic Park is one of those movies that you can throw on anytime, anywhere, and I'm going to
Yeah.
sit there and be quiet and watch Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Like I love it. Jeff Goldblum's hilarious. I have the tattoo on my leg of the Velociraptor claw
Nice.
that says "clever girl" under it.
No.
Like it's a perfect movie.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like,
I
yeah,
was a
the
little hurt that it was so low on your list. I
well,
moved very quickly on to the next one because I was like, don't say anything mean. Don't say anything mean. I
yeah,
almost smacked the camera over. It
that's
was
for
just like, get the fuck out of here.
Big Trouble in Little China last week. I think he put that at number 5.
Yeah, I did.
So
Right,
no, yeah, like
right where it belongs.
at least it made it on the fucking list, you know.
Sure.
Indiana Jones didn't make it here, and I love that first Indiana Jones movie,
Yeah.
but Jurassic Park, Lincoln Hook, Lincoln and Hook. Lincoln, I watched it and it really like I really liked it. Jurassic Park,
Mhm.
I watched a lot as a kid,
Yeah.
and like, I really like it. But Hook, like, yeah, I fell for like
Mhm.
hard.
Yeah.
Lincoln, as an adult, I could appreciate it and I could understand and I can
Right.
go in and
Mhm.
like research my own stuff,
Mhm.
but hey, like I said, at least I made it on the list. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's
so
true.
fine. Yeah, Jurassic Park now is my number 2.5.
You're
Okay.
1.5.
Yeah.
Um,
Jurassic Park is still number 4, but to make Jacob happy, it's in between Hook and Jaws 2 also.
yeah,
So
I think Steven Spielberg is a really good director,
I
and
think
I
so
think
too.
his vision is really good. And I know he's kind of been tainted as of recent. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh God, here comes another Steven
Another
Spielberg
Spielberg.
blockbuster," But I mean, the guy in the '90s, the guy ruled.
Yeah.
In the '70s, the guy ruled. In the '80s, the guy ruled. Like the
Like
things that he put his hands on outside of the things that are on our list is even more immense. Like there's things that he presented and or co-directed, i.e. Poltergeist, they would have shot straight up to the top of this
yeah,
list. Um,
Poltergeist, Goonies had
right.
their name on and stuff,
Yeah.
Animaniacs.
Yeah.
I mean, Spielberg did have his hand. I even think Spielberg had his hand on Back to the Future,
Hmm.
or something like that. But
It was
it's the
the
presents.
poster.
Yeah.
Oh, the poster's not up there anymore.
Um, but yeah, I mean, that's really what Spielberg did really great. I think like the modern technology is really hurting.
Hmm.
So, like Ready Player One. So if you think about it, okay, Steven Spielberg directed that,
Hmm.
but most of it is in CGI fantasy land,
Hmm.
kind of like Avatar, and did he really do a lot of directing? Like, was he sitting there screaming at people behind
Hmm.
computers?
Yeah.
And like, like, Mr. Spielberg, I haven't gone to the bathroom in 48 hours to make a person's mouth go, like I just I'm not wanting to see that from Spielberg,
Yeah.
But then
No.
again, I don't want him to be out in a boat in Martha's Vineyard and be sitting there being like the fucking shark won't work today. So, but
uh, Bruce.
Spielberg is he's great. I mean, Is he my favorite director of all time? No, but he can make a
No.
good damn movie.
Yeah,
You know?
he sure can. He sure
Yeah.
can.
So
Yeah, no arguments there.
yeah, man.
All right. Well, that's our review of the top 5 Steven Spielberg movies. As usual, let us know what you
Should have done
words. What do you
words.
mean?
Fuck them. Who cares? Just start randomly just like gibbering at the
Yeah,
screen, just like
yeah.
dabba 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 dabba,